You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. For it is better that you lose one of your members than that your whole body be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. For it is better that you lose one of your members than that your whole body go into hell.
These were strong words, Peter.
Yeah, but I have slowly begun to understand why Jesus wanted to plant such a deep seriousness in us. God's intention with marriage and families was to bless us and to create a strong and safe place where children get a basis for a good future. Adultery and unfaithfulness destroy this safe framework, bringing unspeakable suffering and sorrow, not least upon innocent children.
That this Jesus draws a hard line on adultery is something I can actually get behind. But again, he goes so far that it doesn't make sense. A look doesn't hurt anybody. No one suffers because of that.
I don't think that's actually right, but we'll let it rest for the moment. For those of us who heard him say it, it was pretty clear that Jesus was not occupied with legal intricacies and details of what was and wasn't allowed, or precisely accurate punishments. Again, he went to work with the root of the evil, desire.
And again, Jesus' words touch absolutely everyone. Many can say that they've never committed adultery, but how many can say that they are in full control over their eyes? You Pharisees once came to Jesus bringing along a woman who was caught committing adultery, and you made it clear that according to the law, she should be stoned. Jesus didn't contradict, but what did he say?
Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her. Not one of you could throw a stone.
Okay. But that just makes your point even more far-fetched. You say his words apply to everyone. Then everyone should tear out their eye or cut off their hand.
I think we all understand that he didn't mean that literally. He wanted to shake people up and get them to understand how deeply the root of the problem reaches, and how important it is to do something about it.
One more time. He wanted to shake people up and get them to understand how deeply the root of the problem reaches.
If everyone took Jesus' words seriously and controlled their eyes and their thoughts, how many incidents of adultery and unfaithfulness would there be?
Well, probably none.
And when someone commits adultery, does it happen straight out of the blue?
It probably could, if someone was met with an extra strong temptation.
I don't think you really mean that. The truth is that it starts with something excused as quite innocent. Just a little pleasure in the thoughts and with the eyes. A look doesn't hurt anybody, you said. Yes, it hurts you. It hurts your own heart and mind.
Just a little pleasure in the thoughts and with the eyes. It hurts you. It hurts your own heart and mind.
And it's pretty certain that before a fall, there have been a lot of such looks, impure thoughts that have had room to play. If our thoughts are kept pure and our eyes are governed, it's completely impossible to fall in adultery.
Okay, but what does that help? We all know that these things are like strong forces of nature in most people, like with animals too. If you manage to keep your thoughts pure, you will still sense attraction, that your eyes are drawn here and there.
But Jesus doesn't judge anyone for the natural forces that they are born with, as you say. He doesn't condemn us for realizing our eye is drawn to something, but he says that when we sense it, we have to act so that it doesn't cause us to sin.
He doesn't condemn us for realizing our eye is drawn to something, but he says that when we sense it, we have to act.
If you let your eyes look for pleasure, and you enjoy pleasure like that in your thoughts, then you have consciously agreed to it. There is no one but you who decides what you want in your thoughts. No one else decides what your eyes rest on.
The sins that Jesus is talking about here result from a very selfish way of thinking. Everything is about my own pleasure. But one person's selfishness can bring incredible sorrow and suffering for a family.
One person's selfishness can bring incredible sorrow and suffering for a family.
I hear what Jesus is saying as a serious exhortation to be conscious of our weakness and be on guard for it. Our eyes and hands have the potential to lead us into the greatest sufferings and can destroy all eternity for us.
But Jesus also came with help for those who take his words absolutely seriously. For everyone who has given up everything to follow him, there is a simple solution: to deny yourself every day. And with God's help, it's fully possible. Since the pure of heart see God and are near him, then it really isn't so difficult to control both thoughts, eyes, and hands.
Do you have the faith that Christ for us brought in? By this great and mighty power we conquer sin. Yes, this faith, it is a key, unlocks doors to victory for disciples who like Jesus long to be. Oh, precious faith, the faith of Jesus Christ. Covenant, not one tasted powers of faith now given by God's Son. In Christ's body they were not gifts and offerings which they brought. In the shadows could not bring sin's root to know. Oh, precious faith, the faith of Jesus Christ, is in his body lives. Great victory to us gives. Faith pioneer, we praise in Christ the Lord, because he was perfected, all things he can restore. Many make a shipwreck of their faith today. Self-life's root remains no matter what they